But first, we have some developing news to get to. Live music was back on Broadway Monday, but some musicians want to see a quicker phase-in of full bands. News 4's Ryan Breslin is live outside of Tootsie's. Ryan, what are they saying?
Yeah, Tom, we were expecting to hear from musicians and even bar staff saying that having just two musicians on stage wasn't cutting it. But they told us that they want to see full bands come back to Broadway as early as tomorrow, defying the mayor's order. However, their planned press conference was canceled. I'm told they spoke to the mayor's office and asked them to hold off on making this announcement. At this point, the press conference is postponed, and we don't know when they'll plan to do it next, Tom.
All right, Ryan Breslin live for us downtown. Thanks so much, Ryan. Well, did you realize that if you need the police or an ambulance, the dispatcher looks you up and tells the first responder if you recently tested positive for COVID-19? The state backtracked on that controversial policy yesterday, but today, city leaders did not. As News 4's Nancy Amons says, they're defending it.
If you tested positive for COVID-19, who has a right to that information? In Nashville, the 911 dispatchers know, and they tell the police or EMTs if there's a call involving you or your home.
That information is not available to anyone unless the officer or ambulance runs a particular name of an individual, and then that information comes up.
The city's been catching a lot of heat about what some say is a violation of your medical privacy.
If we have a tool to keep people safer, then let's use that tool.
The state reversed its decision to provide a list of people who tested positive for COVID-19. Metro officials say they've amended their policy. They're in the process of rewriting it, but they didn't say exactly how.
We must find a balance, and we have.
Fire Chief William Swan said first responders need to be protected.
We've seen in New York, when this first started, they had over 1,300 first responders that was affected by this.
Several Metro Council members told News 4 the city should not be using private medical information.
I think absolutely Metro's health department should stop sharing this information and should have stopped sharing it weeks ago. Really never should have started.
Dr. Caldwell says the health information is kept for a month at most and then it's purged. He says the policy is working.
We have documented cases where that has happened, and we believe that this has directly helped to keep the numbers in our jail low.
Remember the case of that homeless man who left quarantine at the fairgrounds and police had to track him down? That's one example of how the COVID-19 data was used. Nancy Amons, News 4, Nashville.